Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Books My Boyfriend Gave Me. Today is dedicated to John. Today's book is John's pick for his birthday read. Every year during the month of his birthday in September, I give him one spot on my TBR to pick out whatever book he wants me to read. This year's birthday pick came in October, although I didn't get to it until November. That is The Last Best Hope by Una McCormack. This is book 1 in the Star Trek Picard series. This is obviously a Star Trek book, and it's all about Picard, and from what I've been able to gather, this is an original novel that's based off of the TV series, although chronologically it comes before the Picard TV show starts. So in this book, in our spoiler-free summary, a planet's sun is expected to go supernova. False calculations lead to slower evacuations than what's needed. They are running around crazy now trying to evacuate everyone from these planets in time before the supernova occurs. Jean-Luc Picard must navigate the politics of different planets and species before the supernova occurs and wipes out entire populations. Meanwhile, back home, people are wondering if this mission is even worth it. So, jumping into our review, I'm trying to make this quick because I'm still kind of battling that post-COVID cough. It comes and goes. It has gotten better, but it comes and goes whenever it wants, and sometimes I don't get a lot of warning before I start coughing, so there might be a lot of pausing, a lot of jumping in here due to coughs, but I'm going to try to make this as short as I can, but in the best quality that I can, as usual. So I loved seeing these well-known characters in a different setting with different responsibilities. I've watched some of the Picard series. I've watched some of the original Star Trek. It's a little bit too much makes me think type of show for me to watch right now. I tried to watch it a little bit and I just could not get my brain to focus on it, because usually when I sit down to watch TV or a movie, that's when my brain kind of unlocks. I kind of zone out a little bit. That's why I tend to watch shows or movies that I've already seen, so I can zone out and not miss anything. My time to focus is when I'm reading. So I've watched a little bit of Star Trek, so I know the characters, some of the main names that come up in here. Picard, we get Geordi LaForge, we get a cameo, very short cameo of Data. I know those characters, and I absolutely pictured Patrick Stewart the entire time I read this book, and I love Patrick Stewart, so there's that. Our atmosphere and setting, the world building here was absolutely fantastic. Using all of these different planets and the different communities and species really helped build up the world building in this book. A writing style, for me, like I mentioned, it was hard to engage at times because it's so cerebral and you just have to think and focus, and some of our characters are kind of at a distance and we don't really get to know them very well. But this is a type of problem that I often have reading science fiction books, so it's not anything that's different for me. It's something that I kind of expected going into this, but still I have to mention it because this is an honest review. I thought our plot was well thought out and planned. It is simple yet expansive with room to roam in it. I was intrigued with everything in this book. My intrigue was the highest it could be. I wanted to know more of our characters, our setting, our atmosphere, our plot, everything. I had intrigue for days reading this. Logic, it felt like there was some lacking here, and this again is a repeat feeling that I have often reading science fiction books, is that my brain isn't there enough to be able to grasp everything that's happening, and so sometimes the logic falls down a little bit for me. But our relationships, I thought some I absolutely loved, and I just wanted more of those. Some I wanted more built into the actual relationship. It felt like we were kind of just touching the tip of the iceberg. And again, for me, that is a common thing reading science fiction. So a lot of my criticisms of this book are common criticisms that I have in a lot of science fiction that I read. But overall, I really enjoyed this book, and I probably would read more in the Picard series if I was presented with more. If you have read The Last Best Hope by Una McCormack, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of this? Who was your favorite character? Who was your favorite cameo? I absolutely loved seeing Picard from this point of view. And yes, I definitely want to read more if I get more books in this series. As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.